Yon, sino nakakakilala niyan? First of the list. Sino makahula o sino nakakilala nito? Okay, sagot. Antayin ko yung sagot ninyo sa comment section po. Wala namang limit, no, Ma'am Antoinette, kung wala namang maximum yung exam. Wala namang limit yung exam. As long as qualified ka. O yung labi na yung age qualification. So, Benjamin Acorda Jr. Okay, very good. Yon, si Benjamin Acorda, lumabas to. Si Acorda, siya yung ika-29th Chief succeeding retired General Rodolfo Azorin Jr. Okay, so yan yung pinalitan niya. Iba dati may sumagot ng Rodolfo Azorin kasi bago pa lang si Acorda nun. April 24 pa kasi siya na nalagay bilang PNP chief natin. So, current events lang, napakalawak, pero lumalabas sa current events is nasa 2 to 3 tanong lang eh. Based sa mga past exams, lumabas sa current events is yung Russia and Ukraine conflict, yung outtaking venue ni Bongbong Marcos, kung sino yung chief of the PNP, yung face mask and face shield, yun lang ata eh. I mean, pati pala yung RA 11954 ba yun? Yun sa SIM Registration Act. Okay? And under the watch of Acorda, he has 5 focus, no? 5 yung focus ni Acorda sa kanyang pamamahala. Ano ba yun? Yung sa personal moral and welfare, community engagement, ICT development, integrity enhancement, and yung honest law enforcement operations. Anyway, hindi naman yan masyadong hindi naman yung tinatanong sa exams. No? So, tandaan nyo lang, 29 PNP Chief, Benjamin Acorda. So, straight na tayo guys. Hindi na tayo yung mga pasaring-saring pa. Okay? Straight to the point para may makuha talaga kayo. So, Benjamin Acorda, 29 PNP Chief. Next. Ito, lumabas daw. Who is the first chief of the Philippine National Police? Yun. So, by the way, since this is the introduction, we will not focus only on current events too much. Okay, we will be blending some general information questions that I know very helpful and talagang relevant sa inyong exams. Okay, may sumagot Nazareno, letter B daw, Cesar Nazareno. Okay. May sumagot ng krami. So, who is the first PNP chief? Si Cesar Nazareno po. Okay, sino ba si General Rafael Crame? Si General Rafael Crame, siya yung first Filipino chief of the PC. Okay? Filipino. Hirap nitong mouse lang eh. Filipino chief of PC. Yan. Si Cesar Nazareno naman, siya yung first chief ng PNP na. Okay? Benjamin Acorda, 29. No? PNP chief. Si Henry Allen, father of PC. Okay? Yun. So, since natalakay natin yung si Cesar Nazareno, so balikan natin yung history lang, yung RA 6975, mas kilala sa Department of Interior and Local Government Act of 1990. No? By virtue of 6975, nagkaroon tayo ng PNP, no? Which is yung PCINP dati. Nawala yon at pinalitan ng PNP. Kung saan, under sa 6975, nagkaroon tayo ng Tri-Bureau. Ano ba yun? Yung BFP, PNP, and BGMP. It was signed by President Corazon Aquino. The creation of the Philippine National Police and the reorganization of the Department of Interior and Local Government, in keeping with the mandate of our Constitution for a police force that national in scope and civilian in character. Ito, lumabas to. Okay? National in scope yan. National in scope and civilian in character. Yan, lumabas yan sa exam. So, now since pinag-usapan natin yung 6975, atras pa tayo ng konti sa PNP history. Meron tayong tinatawag na Integrated National Police or INP. No, yung PD 765. Ito yung PD 665, ito yung pagkakaroon ng INP nga, yung sinasabi ko, Integrated National Police. So before PNP, meron pa tayong Integrated National Police. No? INP was the municipal police force for the cities and larger towns in the Philippines. One of the two national police forces in the country alongside with the Philippine Constabulary. So, yung Philippine Constabulary is, para matatawag natin nga sila yung parang general or parang national. Habang yung INP naman is dun sa mga municipal police force natin. Okay? Sila dalawa, hindi sila, dati, separate si PC, separate din si INP. No, but during the time of President Marcos, pinag-isa niya yung PCINP. No? Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na PCINP. So dati PC lang, and by anong taon ba yun? I think 1975, August 8, 1975, nagkaroon, pinag-isa na yung PCINP. Okay? During martial law yun. Wala pang BFP, BGMP, and PNP. No? Philippine Constabulary pa lang. Okay, so una is INP, saka yung PNP. So balik pa tayo konti, atras lang ng konti. Ito, Organic Act 175. Ito yung pinakauna talaga. Philippine Constabulary. Pinakaunang police force sa Pilipinas. Now, on August 8, 1901, Henry T. Allen was designated as the Chief of Constabulary. And he is also known as the father of Philippine Constabulary. So, si Henry T. Allen yon. After the capture ni General Aguinaldo, marami pang mga followers ni Aguinaldo kasi noon na parang nagre-rebelde, hindi pa nila tanggap yung pamamahala ng mga Amerikano dito sa Pilipinas, no? Kaya nga nag-struggle pa rin yung Amerikano sa pagbibigay ng peace and order dito sa Philippines. Kaya sila gumawa ng, kaya nila na ipinasta itong Organic Act 175 under kay William Taft. Actually guys, meron na tayong discussions nito, no, nasa YouTube, yung PNP History and Law. So, ito is parang lang, konting review lang. Pero kung gusto talaga makita yung buong detalye, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi meron pa naman si Ma'am Clyde. No, ito ang akin is parang insights lang. May karoon kayo ng idea ng konti. So, during capture of first President Aguinaldo, meron siya mga followers na hindi makatanggap doon sa pamahala ng Amerikano. Yun, sabi ko kanina, kaya nga hindi na-establish pa rin yung peace and order sa Philippines. And by that event, nagdesisyon yung Amerikano under sa Second Philippine Commission ni William Taft na gumawa sila ng Philippine Constabulary. No, ipinasa nila yung Organic Act 175 that is created the Constabulary. And Henry Allen is appointed as the first Chief of Constabulary. Yun. And Ano pa ba, yung sa history nito, yung mga officers dati is puro UEC volunteers lang, eh, wala tayong mga Pinoy. And by time pass by, na ano ba yun, during the Second World War, dun na nagkaroon ng Pinoy na hepe ng constabulary, si Rafael Crame. History natin, Rafael Crame. I don't remember the dates. Okay. Huwag kayong mag-alala kasi wala namang mga dates pagdating sa exams, no? So, si Rafael Crame, yung first Pilipino na hipi ng PC. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nga Second World War. So, kailangan ng mga Amerikano yung kanilang mga gigiting na mga opisyalis. Kaya si Henry T. Allen tinawag ng Amerika, and during the time napilitan sila na kumuha ng Pinoy. Bakit? Kasi halos lahat ng US forces gagamitin, no, ng US. So natira, binigay nila kay Rafael Crame yung posisyon bilang Chief of the PC. Kung kaya siya yung kauna-unahang naging first Philippine Constabulary Chief. Okay? I hope nag-gets ninyo. So, yun lang. Question number 2. Okay. Establishing and constituted the integrated national police, which shall be composed of PC as the nucleus and the integrated police forces, fire and jail department as components. Ano ba yun? Question number 2. Yes sir, pwede nyo ito mapanood ulit mamaya. Okay? Nare-replay ito automatic. Okay, ano yung sagot nyo for number 2? Establishing and constituted the integrated national police, which shall be composed of PC as the nucleus and integrated police forces as components. A yung sagot ng karamihan. Okay. Correct answer natin is letter A. During Marcos. That is PD 76. PD 765 yun. RA 1675 is during Cory Aquino. Dito yung PNP. Na-create. Dito naman yung PCINP. And dito naman yung PC lang. Okay, tandaan natin na. During sa Organic Act 175, PC lang yung na-create. But during sa 765, pinag-isa na ni Marcos. Dinagdagan niya na ng INP, Integrated National Police. And pagdating naman kay Cory Aquino, sineparate na talaga yung Tri-Bureau. Meron ng PNP, BFP, and BGMP. Okay? Alongside with that, na-create din syempre yung PPSC, yung DILG. And ano ba yung RA 8551? Ang RA 8551, ito yung PNP Reform and Reorganization Act. Okay? Yun yung PNP Reform and Reorganization Act. Bakit? Dati kasi, before sa RA 8551, no, before nito, during the time of Marcos, the Organic Act, kahit wala kang background, educational background, qualification, basta close mo lang si mayor, close mo si general, or malakas ka doon, pwede ka nang maging pulis. Mag-volunteer ka lang. Sige, halimbawa, nakasabay mo lang sa inuman yung hepe. Tapos binasage mo. Automatic. Pulis ka na. Yan, galing. Pero, pagkakaroon ng 6975 at ng RA 8551, 6975, may qualification na. Pero pagdating ng RA 8551, dapat college graduate ka na. No? I think sa 6975 is parang units lang kailangan mo. Pero pagdating sa 8551, talagang reorganize na nila. Kailangan mo na ng bachelor's degree, kailangan mo na ng eligibility bago ka maging police. No? From dati na pwede ka lang ma-appoint kapag nag-massage ka, hanggang sa pwede ka lang makatungtong, hanggang sa kay Kuya Aquino na kailangan mo lang makatungtong ng unit sa college. At pagdating ng 8551, dapat bachelor's degree ka na and may eligibility ka na bago ka maging police. No? Kaya pala nakatama kasi may box sa gilid. Yun, hindi ko naalis. Ito. So, PNP were strengthened and expanded to include administration of police entrance examinations, the conduct of pre-charge investigation of police anomalies. Ayun. Di ba sa PNP Organization Act, nagkaroon doon ng IAS, yung pleb. Hindi na natin maisa-isa yun. I-discuss yun ni Ma'am Desa. Ito, Internal Affairs Service. And meron na tayong pleb. People's Law Enforcement Board. Yung IAS, sila yung watchdog ng PNP. Baka lumabas to. Watchdog. Ayun na mag-intindi niyan. Makinig na lang kayo, watchdog. Ang pleb naman, sila yung sumbungan, no, ng mga civilian. Sila, ito composed ito ng mayor, ng sangguniang bayan member. So, sa paglabas ng RA 8551, nagkaroon na kayo ng mga police entrance examinations. Yung nga sinasabi ko, meron ng eligibility. Okay? Yan, ito, sino nakakilala nito? Lumabas din to. Okay, sino nakaalala? Siya si Binamin Abalos Jr. Okay? First, yung PNP chief natin, si Binamin Acorda. Yung DILG secretary natin, si Binamin Abalos Jr. No, he is a Filipino lawyer and politician serving as secretary of the DILG since 2022. Before his appointment as DILG secretary, he last served as the chairman of the MMDA under kay Duterte administration. Ito, sino naman nakakilala nito? Siya si Ferdinand Martin Gomez Romualdez. No? Siya yung current Speaker of the House natin. So, yun, he is serving as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, which is the fourth highest official of the Philippine government. Okay. So, lumabas to. Hindi ko alam kung last exam ba, pero nabasa ko lumabas to. Kung ano yung mga highest official sa Philippine government. Okay? Una is yung President. Okay? Yun yung pinakamataas. Sunod niya is yung VP. Yun yung second highest official. Pangatlo, sa third highest official natin is yung Senate President. And fourth in rank is yung Speaker, no? House Speaker lang pala to. Yung House Speaker natin. So, yan yung pakasunod. So, House Speaker natin, si Ferdinand Romualdez. Siya yung pinsan ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Senate President natin is si Migs Subiri. Vice President natin, Sara Duterte, and President BBM. So, pang-ilan si BBM? Pang 17th President of the Philippines. Okay? And yung sa Congress, di ba ang Congress, divide yan into two. Sundan nyo na lang yung discussion natin saan ako nagsusulat. Congress divide into two. Meron tayong tinatawag na upper house and lower house. No? Yung upper house, ito yung Senate. And lower house naman, ito yung House of Representatives. No? Hindi ibig sabihin na congressman lang yon. Pag sinabing Congress, dalawa. Senate and House of Representatives. No, yan kasi yung alam natin eh. Pag sinabing Congress, congressman na agad. Hindi po. Pag sinabing Congress, kasali yung Senate niyan. Senate and House of Representatives. No. Sila pala yung may hawak ng legislative. Tandaan natin na meron tayong three, anong tawag doon? Meron tayong executive, legislative, and judiciary. Executive sa President, legislative sa Congress, and judiciary sa Supreme Court. Okay? Next, question number 3. Oh, wala nang box. An ongoing armed conflict between blank militant groups has been taking place chiefly in and around the Gaza Strip since October 7, 2023, with clashes also taking place in the West Bank and Israel-Lebanon border. So, alam niyo na yan. Automatic ha, si Sir Rabli ha. Automatic yung sagot na. Okay? Letter D yung sagot. Letter D. Alam naman natin, di ba? Yung Russia and Ukraine, alam natin, hindi pa rin natatapos. Pero baka lumabas to ulit. And China and Philippines, of course, doon sa Scarborough Shoal. Ano ba yan? China and Taiwan, I think may conflict din sila. Pero ang tamang sagot natin dito is letter D po. Israel and Palestine. Meron ating tinatayaan na halos 1,000 na militants yung nag-breach, di ba? Yung doon sa Gaza. October 8 nangyari yun. October 7 nag-start. Pero nangyari yung pag-breach nila sa border is noong October 8 doon sa Gaza. So baka lumabas yan. So, save na natin. Baka lumabas to ha, Israel and Palestine. Save natin ang date, October 7, 2023. No, conflict. Next natin, he is a Filipino politician serving as the Senate President of the Philippines since July 25, 2022. He is currently on his third term in the Senate, first serving from 2007 to 2011, and again from 2016 and 2022. Yung Russia and Ukraine, ano pa yan eh? Ano ba ba? I think matagal na yan. 2022. No, 2022 start na yan kasi 22 ako nag-take ng NAPOLCOM last year. So, meron na yung Russia and Ukraine. Last year nag-start yan. So, B yung sagot nila. Matik. B yung correct answer natin. Si Senator Miguel Zubiri. Siya yung Senate President. No? House Speaker natin si Ferdinand Romualdez. And ang Congress is divided into two. Meron tayong upper house and lower house. Sa upper house, syempre, meron tayong Senate. Sa lower house naman, meron tayong mga representatives. Pero parehong Congress niyan. Ang dinadala nila is yung legislative. No? Pakita ang mouse. Tayo na mala kami dyan. Senador Tito Soto, siya yung dati na Senate President. Ang ngayon bago is si Senator Miguel Zubiri. Is nyo lang and send nyo sa GC. Next, question number 5. International court established to investigate, prosecute, and try individuals accused of committing the most serious crimes of concern to the international community as a whole, namely the crime of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crimes of aggression. Ano ba yan? Ano ba itong international court na sinasabi dito? Okay? Sandigan Bayan, ICC, Ombudsman, Supreme Court, Supreme Court din, or the Philippine Criminal Justice System. Ano ba yung sagot? Okay, may sumagot na ang sagot nila is ICC daw. May sumagot ng letter A naman. Pero halos sumagot is letter B, ICC. Okay, correct answer natin dito guys is ICC po. Okay? Ano ba yung Sandigan Bayan? Yung Sandigan Bayan at si Ombudsman, baka malito kayo. Sandigan Bayan is a court. Okay? Si Ombudsman naman, sila yung nag-i-investigate. Investigate, no? Ano ba yung investigate ni Ombudsman? Yung mga public officials na nasasangkot sa mga graft and corruption. And saan ba dinadala nila? Dinadala nila sa Sandigan Bayan. Dito sila tinatrayan. Okay? Ombudsman nag-i-investigate tapos dinadala nila sa Sandigan Bayan. Sandigan Bayan is a court, no? Kasali siya sa Supreme Court under. Pinaka-highest court naman natin is yung Supreme Court. Last, may lumabas kasi, what is the highest court in the Philippines? Ang sagot doon is Supreme Court. Ang Supreme Court belong to judiciary. Okay? Si Ombudsman nag-i-investigate. Ano yung i-investigate niya? Yung mga graft mga corrupt public officials. Saan tinatrial? Dinadala nila dito sa Sandigan Bayan. Okay. Sandigan Bayan naman is a type of court. No? Under siya sa Supreme Court. Ano ba si Supreme Court? Supreme Court yung pinakamataas na korte sa Pilipinas. No? Sila yung under sa judiciary. No? Sila yung sila yung napapatakbo ng judicial system natin. Yung sa executive kay president. Yung yes, tama po. Ombudsman taga-investigate tapos dinadala sa Sandigan Bayan. Correct. Philippine Criminal Justice System. Ano ba yan? PCGS. So, alam naman natin, di ba, na meron tayong 5 pillars ng criminal justice system. Yung law enforcement, prosecution, court, correction, and community. So, madidiscuss natin yan. ICC is the correct answer. May box sa gilid. International Criminal Court or ICC. The International Criminal Court investigates and, where warranted, tries individuals charged with the gravest crimes of concerns to the international community. Genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and the crime of aggression. So bakit nasali natin yung ICC dito? Kasi during the time of President Duterte, di ba, tumiwalag yung Philippines sa kasunduan doon sa ICC. Meaning, hindi na tayo nagpa-member sa ICC because of President Duterte kasi pinag-iinitan siya that time. And ngayon, kaya natin na-bring up. Bakit? Kasi pinag-iisipan ni President Marcos na bumalik tayo sa ICC, no, para mag-investigate doon kay President Duterte, doon sa nangyari. Kasi sinasabi nila na that is war crimes, no, against the humanity and aggression, kung saan daw sinasamantala ni Pangulong Duterte yung kanyang kapangyarihan bilang Pangulo. No? Kaya siya pinag-iinitan ng ICC. Kulit pa naman ni PRRD, kaya bumitaw siya doon sa ICC na yun. And ngayon kasi usap-usapan sa Senado, sa Congress, yung pagbabalik ng ICC sa Philippines. Kung kaya umabot dito kay President Marcos and naka-state siya sa Dili Inquiry na pinag-iisipan niya yung pagsanib ulit sa ICC na to. So baka lang lumabas sa exam. Next is yung, okay, discuss muna natin yung Philippine Criminal Justice System. Ano ba yun? To enforce the law, to safeguard, ito yung kanilang mga functions, no, ng criminal justice system, to enforce the law, to safeguard lives and rights of the properties of the people, to detect, investigate, apprehend, prosecute, and punish those who violate the law, to rehabilitate the convicted criminal offenders and reintegrate them into the community as law-abiding citizens. Okay, po. Mag-jot down na lang kayo. Actually, hindi ko naman talaga i-discuss 'to lahat, eh. Akin lang yung maalala ko kasi madi-discuss pa naman 'to, ni Ma'am Disa. So, baka lang kasi makalimutan niya and since naalala ko naman kaya na lang sinasali ko dito. Para at least may background na kayo, 'no, bago tayo pumunta sa bago kayo madiskusyon niya ng buo sa criminal justice system, 'no, para pahapyaw lang daw natin. Ano ba yung criminal justice system natin, 'di ba? Memorize na natin. O, yung mga sumali kagabi, yung sumali sa mga review, hindi pala kagabi. O, yung sumali sa free review, ano ba? Yung Philippine Criminal ano ba yung 5 pillars ng criminal justice system? Diba? Meron tayong law enforcement, meron tayong prosecution, court, correction, and community. Okay, yan yung 5 pillars ng criminal justice system. Law enforcement, first runner nito is yung police, PNP. Prosecution, sila yung attorney. Court naman, sila yung centerpiece. Kayo na bahala uminin. Centerpiece. Correction naman, sila yung correctional nga. Yun yung correction. Community naman, community, pagpabalik na. Sagot ni Ma'am, galing ni Ma'am Ana Maria. Kompleto niya, yung 5. Sino ba to? Itong tinatawag na sa picture, ito si Lady Justicia. Okay? Bakit naka-blindfold? Itong blindfold, nagsisimbolize ito na yung batas natin, yung criminal justice system, hindi tayo, tama. Thank you, Sir Christian. Rehabilitate. Itong yon rehabilitate. Yung tamang term. Ito naman si community reintegration. Take note nyo. Kasi ito yung mga keyword. Okay? Ito yung madalas tinatanong. Okay. Isa pa. Isa pa yun. Sino ba yun? Si Sir Dino, isa pa yun. Weakest pillar daw itong correction natin. Bakit tinatawag itong weakest pillar? Kasi daw, after nila mag-serve sa correction at pinababalik na sila sa community, is ginagawa pa rin nila yung mga nagawa nilang kasalanan. Kaya itong tinagawin ang weakest pillar, yung correction. And other that, ito yung nag-rehabilitate. Basta, community reintegrate, court centerpiece, law enforcement police. No? And blindfold, bakit? Balikan na lang natin. Bakit naka-blindfold? Kasi the justice does not judge based on appearance. No? No matter kung babae, lalaki, mahirap, mayaman. Yan yung pinaka-ideal kung bakit naka-blindfold. Next is yung sword. Saan ba? Sword symbolizes power of authority. No, and punishes kung sino talaga yung may mga kasalanan. Kaya nagkakaroon ng sword. And ito, syempre, skills or timbangan or ano ba, balance skills. Syempre, binabalance yung punishment or yung binabalance yung decision based sa facts and evidence, no? Bago sila mag-decision. Tinitimbang yan. Kung yung facts and evidence, okay ba? Bago mag-decisions yun. So, prime mover ng law enforcement is yung police. Okay, next. CGS in the Philippine City. Ito natin. Law enforcement, prosecution, court, correction, and community. Yes, sir. Direct po. Automatic reply to. Ito, lumabas to. RA 11934. The SIM Registration Act. Ulit lang. The SIM Registration Act. Di ba? Lumabas to last exam. It was signed into law by President Marcos on October 10, 2022. Registration of SIM is until April 26, 2023 only. Pero na-extend nito. No, alam na natin na-extend. Failure to register the existing SIM within the period shall result to automatic deactivation of SIM. And bakit isa pa sa interesting ng 11934 kasi ito yung kauna-unahang batas na ginawa ni President Marcos, regulates the use of SIM cards by mandating all end users to register their mobile phones number. Okay? So, tandaan nyo na 11934 signed on October 10, 2022 and the first law signed by Marcos Jr. Okay? Next is yung Maharlika Wealth Fund. Hindi pa lumabas eh. Pero paulit-ulit kong binabalik kasi na-sign din into law na to. House Bill 6398. Okay. Actually, may law itong sa Wealth Fund. Search ko muna. Hindi ko na-update. Wait lang, hanapin natin yun. Maharlika Wealth Fund. Tingnan natin Search muna natin kung anong RA yun. Baka may nakalala sa iyo kung anong RA yung Maharlika Wealth Fund. Yan lang, search muna natin. Kasi I think mayroon na to eh. Okay, take note na kayo. Search ko ba? Yun, 11954. Thank you. 11954. Thank you, Sir RJ. So, Sir Almalik. Hindi ko lang na-update. Maharlika Wealth Fund. Baka lumabas to. Ito yung RA 11954. Tandaan yan. Yung SIM card, ano ba yung RA na yun? Yung SIM card, 11934. Ito naman, 11954. Yung sa election, 11935 ba yun? Basta, yun yung sa barangay. Discuss natin yan. 11954, ito yung law creating the Maharlika Wealth Fund. Ano ba yung ginagawa ng Maharlika Wealth Fund? Ginagawa nito is nag-i-invest sila dun sa ibang bansa, no? Kagaya na lang yung mga pera na nasa government natin. Halimbawa, yung nangyayari sa Land Bank, kumuha yung government natin ng pera doon sa Land Bank at ininvest nila. Ano ba yung ininvest nila? It can be anything or business or basta anything na pwedeng mapakitaan, na pwedeng mapatubo ng pera. So, yan yung Maharlika Wealth Fund natin. Para daw makadagdag ng income sa Philippines. And of course, si Senator Risa Hontiveros. Kinamap natin, ating sinali talaga, si Sen Risa. Senator Risa Hontiveros currently serves in the 18th Congress as the chairperson of the Committee on Women, Children and Family Relations, which was also the committee she headed in the 17th Congress. She is a health, women's rights advocate, and a proud activist. No? Alam naman natin, di ba, during the time of President Duterte, and even now, kay President Marcos, talagang isa si Senator Risa sa mga pumupuna. No? Alam natin, yung mga kasama niya. And we know the history between them. Yun sa Partido Liberal and the other parties also. Ito, kaya ko si Ma'am Risa is because yung nangyari kay Senior Aguila. Yung kay, parang lumabas lang, yung sa SBSI, Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated, kung saan merong 4 na pinapatawag at hinihiring sa Senado kasi may mga sumbong daw kasi na yung SBSI is parang meron silang ginagawa na hindi naaayon sa batas natin. Kumukurap ba? Okay? Kaya nga, nakamap natin kasi nagtitrending itong si Senator Risa. Sir, possible ba lalabas sa current events yung kay Senior Aguila? I think hindi eh. Hindi siguro lalabas si Senior Aguila kasi yung lalabas sa current events based sa experience lang is yung may mga positive impact sa Philippine government natin. So, but since tinatalakay na natin is current events, kaya sinali ko na lang. No? Kulto. Kung hindi Sir Dexter. Baka mabanda yan. Oh. And ito, syempre, malamang baka lalabas to. May mga 50% chance. Kasi proud Pinoy tayo dito eh. The Asian Game 2023. Gilas Pilipinas win the first men's basketball gold since 1962 in a low scoring affair against the team Jordan. Yan. On October 6 nangyari to, 2023. PH Gilas conquered the gold in the latest Asian Games, no, na doon naganap sa China. Di ba? Talagang memorable yun kasi sa semifinal natalo nila yung China. Okay? Hindi mo sa Cambodia. Cambodia, Sir John, is yung Southeast Asian Game. No? Yun yung Cambodia. So, itong Asian Games naman naganap is doon sa Hangzhou, China. Almost 60 years din eh. Malay natin na 2023, 1962. So, mga 60, 61, 61 years din. Ito yung pinaka-primero natin na gold na nakuha. In 1998, I think, way back 1998, nakakuha tayo ng bronze. No? But, in 2023 talaga, by the help of Justin Noypi, nagkaroon ng first gold in the Asian Games yung Philippines. Yan, si Justin Brownlee. So, Brownlee top scored with 20 points and also led Gilas with the 38 minutes, 25 seconds on court and 5 assists as the Philippines reversed the earlier group stage defeat against Jordan to win the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou, China. Ito baka lumabas lang din RA ano to? RA 11937, no? Ito yung batas. Ewan natin, lumabas ba daw kaya yung issue ni Justin? So, yung doping hindi naman yung nalabas or anong issue ba yung sinasabi na ninyo? So, malamang ito baka lumabas itong RA 11937. Ito yung batas kung saan nag-naturalize kay Justin Brownlee. Okay? Ito yung nag-naturalize sa kanya. RA 11937. So, baka lalabas sa current events natin. Okay, so far, wala na tayo sa current events. Kung meron akong nakalimutan, babalik pa naman ako during the review. So, kapag meron akong makita ng mga current events na pwede, na hindi ko nasali dito, i-include ko yan. Bukas, meron na naman tayo. And after nito is social awareness and value judgment. No oras na ba? Yun. So guys, balik na lang tayo ng 5 ha, or 5:30. Balik na ng 5:30, i-discuss natin yung social awareness and value judgment. Tapos include na lang natin yung Philippine Constitution. Okay, para wala na tayong discuss. Naturalize, ano po yun, sir? Naturalize, ibig sabihin, si Justin Brownlee kasi hindi siya pure Pinoy. So, ang ginagawa, di ba maraming mga NBA players na mga ulats, ginawa nila, pumunta sila sa ibang bansa para magpa-naturalize. Ibig sabihin, nagpa-convert sila ng citizenship ang citizenship natin meron tayong dalawa, meron yung by blood, yung jus sanguinis at jus sanguinis. Pero meron din jus soli and jus sanguinis. Pero meron din tayong naturalized. Bakit? Yung may mga requirements sila kung paano ba sila magpalipat ng citizenship, no? Kumuha sila ng citizenship, nag-apply sila bale ng Pinoy citizenship. So meron silang mga requirements. And for that, para mapatunayan, isa batas 'yan ng ating Philippines, no? Kaya nilagdaan yung RA 11937 para magiging Pinoy na si Justin Brownlee. Hindi by blood, no? But by papers. Sir, yung Sara Duterte, hindi na po lalabas yung confidential fund, hindi yan. Kasi negative yan na image sa government. Ito observe ko, sa current events, hindi lalabas yung mga negative na impact sa government natin. Hindi yan lalabas. Yes po, naganap ito sa Hangzhou, China. Yan, Hangzhou, China. Okay. Si Senator Grace po daw yung sa kanya. Sir, China di ba nakalaban ng Gilas? Hindi po. Nakalaban ang China is sa semifinals lang, no? Yung nakalaban ng China and Philippines. Pero sa finals is yung Jordan, 'di ba? Yung parang si parang si Kobe Bryant. Sino ba 'yan? Si Horton Tucker, no, yung galing sa NBA na import din ng TNT natin. Yun yung nakalaban nila ni Justin Brownlee. Okay? So, guys, bago kayo kumain, may i-upload ako na kailangan yung sagutan para sa ating pati yung dilema po, hindi na po yun nalabas. Okay? May upload ako nasagutan niyo muna. Ako yung si Jefferson. Ano mga apelido ni Jefferson? Hollis Jefferson. Ayun, hindi Orton Tucker. Hollis Jefferson pala yan. Okay, so may upload ako na kailangan yung sagutan bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating social awareness and value judgment. So include ko na lang yung Philippine Constitution. So sagutan nyo yun kasi gagawin natin is question and answer. No, para bali mamaya dala checking na rin. Rondi Holly Jefferson. Nakalimutan ko na eh. So balik tayo by 6:30. Upload ako ngayon, download nyo or pwede nyo rin din sagutan lang sagutan nyo lang online, no?